Welcome to a Fifth of Jack Gaming. It's March, so what does that mean? That means we gotta go over our February haul. What did we get in the month of February? Well, if you didn't watch the videos, this is the video to be watching. Also, if you're planning on picking up books yourself, go to organicpricebooks.com, use the code of Fifth of Jack, all spelled out, to save $2 off your book. Or if you have 4 or more books, use the code JACKITTOGETHER to get 5% off your entire order. Also, another note for the haul, we ended up getting a bunch of books that came with the shipping wars, but some of them haven't been released over to you guys. So what I ended up doing is taking the books that haven't been released yet and pushed it over into the March. So those books are going to be a part of March's haul. With that said, let's go over to the stars of the show, the books that we ended up getting in February. Now, if you remember, we ended up getting some stuff from Amazon. I know, but we had to do it for shipping wars. So we got 2 different orders is what we ended up going with. However, we're going to start off with the big and the chunkiest book of all of them, and possibly in my entire library. Hellboy Monster Size. And believe me, it is monster size. I like to call this a tome because it's bigger than your average book. And if you remember, if you ended up watching the video, we weren't happy with it, but we ended up getting a nice little discount that was on this to be able to help out, make that nice and neat. Came a bit damaged, but hey, she's part of our library and she's going to be staying in it. Also, we ended up picking up a deluxe copy of Murder Falcon. This was one that was completely popular, and I haven't heard a bad thing, and it kind of honestly is a book that I'm going to end up reading. We're going to be reading in the month of July. It's going to be celebrating Independence Day for over at the States, so we're going to be reading a bunch of independent books. Murder Falcon is going to be top on that list. Next up is the books that we ended up picking up from Book Outlet. So we ended up picking up Alias, Howard the Duck, Quacking Our Way Home, with some Black Widow Strikes action. Next up is what we ended up picking up from Organic Price's Books, Whatnot sale. If you don't know what Whatnot is, it's a place where you can end up auctioning to be able to buy stuff. I'll have a link down to Whatnot. If you haven't joined up, join through that link and you'll be able to get a nice little, I think $15, $10 or $15 into your account, and it also helps out the channel. So we ended up getting Captain America. This is the trial of Captain America. This is volume 4 out of 5 books that's for the Brewbreaker run. I've been told this is the go-to run for Captain America, and it's amazing. So with that said, I'm going to be picking up those Captain Americas as we can end up picking them up. I'm not going to pay over cover or anything like that because I feel like this is going to kind of like an evergreen series where they'll keep on printing it. Just have to be patient. And then once we get them all together, we should be reading them back to back to back to back to back. Because that's what everyone ends up telling me is the best way to do it. So, and that's not the only Captain America book we got. We got The Return of Winter Soldier. This is volume 5, so this is the one that ends everything up for Brewbreaker's run. And that's not the final book that we ended up picking up from Whatnot with them. We ended up picking up Phoenix Volume 2. I picked this up because there was a little bit of fun that was with near mint conditions where they were trying to figure out the evergreen list. And if you don't know what an evergreen list is, a book that's going to be staying in print that you could always end up having access to. It was kind of a little fun stream that they ended up doing because that ended up voting out Uncanny X-Men #1 as the evergreen list, and this became the X-Men book. It's a more of a walls factor, but you know, that kind of pushed me over to pick up volume 1 as well. That way I have the complete set. Granted, this volume 1 is probably all that you ended up needing, but nothing having a little bit of gravy on top of those mashed potatoes. I don't think we're going to end up going into the X-Men and picking up the entire lines of X-Men because there's a bazillion of those. And we kind of have that already with Spider-Man. So we're going to end up trying to go over with the main stories and keep up with that. That's the way we're going to end up representing X-Men. And we do have a little bit of a representation with Wolverine. Alright, let's take a second, put them all together, and whew, bear in mind, this is going to be one heavy of a workout. Woo! That's a haul. It's one heavy haul. Holy smokes. Wow, that's definitely the heaviest haul I ended up getting in a month. Holy smokes. That's what, 2 feet deep of a books? Oh man. But that's the haul that we got in February. Stay tuned to see what we end up having in March. Also, as a quick reminder, if you go shopping at Organic Price Books, you go use the code LaFifaJack to save $2 off. And if you get 4 or more books, use the code Jacket Together to be able to save 5% off your entire order. Also, if you're liking the content that we're putting out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to be notified whenever we come out with new videos. Slap a like if you're liking what we end up doing. Also, put down in the comments down below what you ended up picking up. It doesn't have to be comics. It could be whatever you ended up picking up throughout the month that you were proud of, and the month it's be whatever you end up picking up in February that you're proud of. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.